series has finished at 1-1. But both teams know they have a lot of issues with their team, but I feel Indians will be the happier team with the result. We were without our 3-4 of our sure shots missing, and especially in the bowling department. Without Zach, Bajji, Sreesanth and Gambhir. This was a good result for us, but this match again proves that give Indian bowlers a pitch which has something either for fast bowler or spinner, and our bowlers will do well, but on flat pitches our bowlers will just suck. Regarding Lanka, I feel their problems will start from now onwards, as they don't have Murali anymore and their bowlers will struggle as they don't have a fast bowler supporting Malinga, and also Malinga fitness is also not that good. Also, with all three tosses win, they will be disappointed with this result. Also, in this match Sri Lanka were very defensive, and also in this innings they were very defensive.
The only genuine impact player you missed is Zaheer Khan, and to think that you really have no replacement for him, given the resources you have, is mind-boggling. Sreesanth is lucky he did not have to play in Sri Lanka, for I am sure that he would have suffered. You also missed Gambhir for the second and third test. Being the world's #1 team, you should have enough bench strength to replace anyone in your lineup. Teams which go down because of the absence of one player are typically fifth-ranked teams like Sri Lanka, and it should not be the case for a team that is #1. Also, despite having your full-strength batting lineup, how you guys capitulated twice inside 3 days to a Murali who was at the end of his career and a Malinga who was playing his first test in some 2+ years on wicket. That was far better for batting than the Peace-era wicket is something I still can't understand. Your #1 spinner could not get a single wicket on a helpful wicket at all, and was a non-factor in this series. From a captaincy point of view, this was possibly Dhoni's worst series. The absence of Zaheer Khan already exposed him. Dhoni's negative and defensive captaincy, which allowed the Harith and Malinga partnership to develop without a care in this world, lost India the first test, and similar ill-advised tactics in the third test, which allowed Sri Lanka to go from 87 over 7 to 260, could have cost India the third test too. I dread to think what will happen when the likes of Dravid and Laxman are gone. Given the pedigree with which you came into the series, #1 team, best batting lineup in the world, etc., etc., as a genuine fan you should be most disappointed with this result. Of course, to feel good one could do what you have done above, and make it look like this 1-1 result draw is a stupendous achievement by India and conveniently slip under the carpet the many issues that your cricket is engulfed with. However, that is not what we normally expect from fans of the world's #1 team. Last but not least, India came into this series having last won a test series in Sri Lanka, when Sri Lanka was still minnows in the game. Today, as the series ends in a draw, the record will say that India, the world's #1 team, has not won a series in Sri Lanka, nor South Australia, during the last 17 years. If you tell me that the Indian cricketers and their fans will not be hugely disappointed with that, you must be out of your mind. From a Sri Lankan point of view, we had opportunities to win both the second test and third test, but lost some crucial moments in both games. With Murali gone, and Malinga just back in the team, it will take a bit of time for us to build another bowling attack around Malinga. Hopefully, we need to have Thilan Thushara back in the team, and Rangana Harith should be the lead spinner of the team. Randiv had a good game, but will hopefully continue to sharpen his skills in the months ahead. Sangha should have attacked more today and instead gave away too many singles, which eased the pressure on the Indians. Time for PJ to be shown the draw, and we need to bring in someone like Chandimal or Kaushal Silva who could contribute with the bat too. Angelo Matthews should also be dropped in my opinion. All this talk about next captain, and getting a bigger contract than some of the seniors of the team, has possibly made him relax a bit. All in all, we have been going through rebuilding phase since June of last year, and have done very well given the circumstances, not having Murali, Sanath and Vas at their best or at all. Given that this series was between the world's #1 team and the world's #5 ranked team, Sri Lanka should be happy with the 1-1 result. As far as Test cricket goes, we have the West Indies next in Oct/now, and then immediately after the World Cup we will most likely have our toughest 12 months or so in Test cricket, with tours to Wing and South Australia and Pack. Also Inang, and a home series against Australia. While all the attention in the next 6 months will be on WC preparation, we also need to quietly start preparing for this very tough phase in the game's ultimate format, which will get underway just after the World Cup.